Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Champion Cycle. On this episode, Master Mechanic Dion here is going to go ahead and change the starter on this 2003 Harley-Davidson Sportster. As you guys can see by the special edition badging, the 100th anniversary. It's basically a starter issue. To give you an idea, the guy turns the key on, clicks the starter button. See how there was a first button and then all of a sudden it turned, but it didn't the first time? Hear the click, click, click. So if you hear that, it's generally your starter as a rule of thumb. Now, if you want to know for sure that it's your starter, a little trick for those of you at home that subscribe to the channel, go ahead and hit the button for me there, Dion.
No, it's a big liar out here.
Yeah, call the alarm.
There we go.
So a little click clack and all of a sudden she started. That kind of narrows it down for us that it's the starter. So when you take your bike to your mechanic thinking it's the starter, and your mechanic or the dealership usually will tell you it's an hour to diagnose, that's literally what they did. And if they didn't do that, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Yeah. So basically it's that simple. So we diagnosed extremely easy, so we didn't have to charge our customer for any diagnostics whatsoever because it took literally 1 minute. So we're going to go ahead and change the starter. So we have this bad boy replacement starter here. Now this is the Drag Specialties upgraded version of the OE starter. It's just an OE replacement, so it should work even better. This particular model, because it's actually stock, so this might help some of you guys at home. If yours is stock, you can see it has the bridge pipe going across the headers. So if you have the bridge pipe, your mechanic hates you, and it's a royal pain in the ass because now we have to take more off than if it didn't, right? So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to leave you guys in the capable hands of Master Mechanic Dion. He's going to go ahead and swap that starter out for you guys in real time, and we'll hear this bad boy fire right up. We'll show you just how easy it is to change the starter. Anything you want to add?
No, that's good.
All right. You guys have Dion.
How's it going, everyone? As Danny said, we're going to be doing a starter on this Sportster 883. Because we're working on the electrical system and the higher voltage part of the electrical system being the starter, it's directly wired to the battery. So before anything else is done, got to disconnect your battery because loose positive wires can cause big fires. So we're going to take the positive cable off the battery here first. Once that's done, then we can get down in and start getting into the crux of things here. First of all is to try and get this exhaust off. As you can tell, the bike's a little rough around the edges. So we'll see how things go. Hope we don't run into any broken bolts or anything. All right. Okay, I've now got this battery disconnected here. So we no longer have to worry about catching anything on fire when we take the positive cable off the starter. Next up is exhaust, which can be a bit of a problem at times. Oh, let's see if we're going to get lucky or not. Oh, that's not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. No, we're going to have to remove some heat shields, unfortunately. And we may even have to put some heat on those to get them off. Well, I just got some heat shields off here, and lo and behold, I think we got a little bit more work to do. This is pretty indicative of stock Harley exhaust after it gets work hardened for a while, and then the vibration. So I got a big hole in the rear pipe here, which really should be addressed, but of course that'll be up to the customer. Front pipe looks to be okay, but now that I'm in here, maybe I'll be able to get some of these nuts off.
Where are the nuts?
The ones that hold the exhaust to the cylinder head. I've already tried one and it was a no-go. This one here is rusted to the point the socket doesn't even fit it. We're lucky with one. Oh. Looks like we got lucky with one so far.
You're pretty good at this, huh?
Been doing it a long time. Okay, we got lucky on that one too. Oop, maybe not. Spoke too soon. This one's just need a little bit of finesse and some WD-40. Case some bell ray. Penetrate. Ooh, comes off like butter now.
There you go.
Oh, let's see. Come on. No, that one's probably gonna need some heat. There we go. Alright, so these two rear nuts for the exhaust are not going to come off without a little bit of persuasion. You could either use a propane torch or induction heater if you have one. Induction heater is a safer bet. This is more common, but you do have to watch out for what's anywhere around because the flame will propagate in other places. It might burn wires and stuff. So be very wary. Okay, after about 20 minutes of cursing, swearing, and heat and penetrant, I got both the nuts off for the rear exhaust without breaking any studs, which is probably going to save you about an hour and a half's worth of work down the road if they did break them. Now I got to get the brackets, support brackets off for the exhaust, and then we can actually get to the starter and fix what needs to be fixed. Okay, so I got all the brackets off for the exhaust and exhaust flange, nuts and everything. The only thing left is one more support here for the front muffler. But unfortunately, it's right behind the lever for the rear brake master cylinder, so I had to remove the master cylinder just to get enough clearance under there to get a socket in. Let me get the right side socket here. That's the 3/4. All right, so now I got everything disconnected. Oh, let's see if we can get this exhaust off now so we can get to the starter. Nothing's been apart on this bike in a long, long time.
Okay, well, this is the same pipe.
We got another. Now we got the exhaust off and we can get to the starter. And hopefully we don't run into any more seized hardware, but looks like everything down in here is covered in oil, which may be to our benefit. Okay. Now, to get this starter out, first thing, got to take the little clip off here. I got to disconnect the main power wire down here. It goes into the starter. And unfortunately, we got to get into the primary too because the two bolts, as you can see, thread into the starter instead of thread through the starter into the primary. So we got to take the cover off the primary side to get to the starter bolts. Okay, like I said, because this is a Sportster, you got to get to the starter bolts from inside the primary. So you have to drain the primary and transmission, which, as you can see, probably could use a freshening up. That's evidence of moisture getting into the transmission and the primary. This could come from two places. It could either be condensation from short runs building up inside there that never gets hot enough to burn off, or water intrusion through a vent. And seeing as the condition of this bike and leaves and so much and so forth, I would probably say it's more than likely water intrusion from it being stored outside, ridden in the rain, and various other questionable conditions. We'll see what things look like once we get in here. Oh, and another thing.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, guy's gonna need a shifter. She's broken off.
So right now we're just getting into the primary.
Yeah, just getting into the primary. Now that we got the primary off, we can get to our 2 bolts for the starter. And luckily, because they're oil bath, they're not going to be a problem.
Came right out.
Alright, we go on the other side. Now, let's see if we can get to our bolt here. There we are. Now our starter is out. Pretty much. Just got to disconnect the solenoid wire here. There we go.
Flathead?
Oh, I got it there. There we go. All right.
Beauty.
She's out.
Covered in cream.
All right, so now installation is the reverse of removal. On pretty much any bike, and it actually goes through for cars too, there's usually 2 wires that go to your positive post on your starter. One of them goes directly to your positive battery, and the other, there's your positive one, the big thick one that goes to directly to your battery. And then you have the other one here, which supplies power to all of the rest of the electrical on the bike. Sometimes you don't realize this is here because it's tucked in underneath, but if you don't put it back on, you will have nothing when you turn the key on. So make sure that you have both of them back on the positive post. And then of course you need to plug in your trigger wire for your solenoid. This goes to your starter button.
Can I start this bike rental?
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Matt here. Danny and Dion are busy today, so I took over the job and we finished putting the starter on. The other day we did not have the gasket, the primary gasket, so we couldn't finish the job. Today we put it on, everything's put back together. Transmission oil's back on it too. And yeah, let's show you guys the bike starting now. All right, so let's give it a try. The fuck? All right. As you guys can see, it's working. We also welded the exhaust back on, there was a hole in it, and we also replaced the shifter that was broken. So, bike's good as new, guys. That's it for this episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one.